Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better Show with your hosts LeeSilber and Ellen Goodwin.
Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better Show. I'm your host, Ellen Goodwin, along with my co-host,
LeeSilber.com.
LeeSilber.com. I have been at that website.
Well, I want to talk about business.
Okay.
And businesses.
Like EllenGoodwin.com?
Good one. Couldn't let it go.
I want to get mine in there too.
I know. I mean, we're small business. Someone said to me one time, we want to have you speak to the kids because we need more small businessmen like you. I'm like, I'm not that small. Our business is big. She's like, but you are small. And small kids or small people don't scare the kids. So we're talking about big business.
Big business.
And how they use efficiency to their advantage.
Oh,
and
yeah.
what we can borrow from that and use in our own small businesses or even more importantly, our lives.
Terrific.
Sometimes after we've gotten to 100 episodes, I think, have I said this before? But whatever, it's worth repeating. Southwest's, their success, and they're number 1 to number 3 in every category that matters for an airline, is they use one plane. One type of plane.
One plane. It ain't like fly that baby everywhere. You guys are going to have to wait. The plane's a little late.
Exactly. But these one type of aircraft.
Exactly.
So think about that.
Perfect.
Simplifying your life down to where you just need parts for one thing.
Yeah.
You just need to train people how to work on one thing.
Meaning kind of
you
plane.
got 10 different softwares. You got 4 different devices that all do the same. I mean, if we simplify down to just one thing.
Right.
You know, I'm a big Apple fan, as I've said many times.
I am
I should get some sort of a kickback or something. But it simplifies my life by knowing my one thing is Apple. I need a phone, Apple. I need a computer, Apple. I don't have to spend time researching. I don't have to, and I know how Apple works. I've been using it since the beginning. So have you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so it saves so much time. It's so much more efficient, and it eliminates. Well, what other stuff? Well, only these work with my computer, so I don't even have to worry about all this crap. It's just so that's one thing. Southwest.
No, that's genius. And as long as you have all Apple products, everything works across all devices. You're not having to figure out, oh my gosh, I've got this in this PC and I've got to go over here.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, along the same lines, like Harley Davidson, they limited their number of suppliers to 3. So now you're only having to deal with 3 different people. Like your connection is
right.
So for us, how many credit cards or how many banks or how many credit unions or how many grocery store? If you simplified it down, your rewards will be better. Right?
Yeah.
You get better. But it just simplifies by saying, I don't need 10 of these.
No.
What's the best one or best 2?
Yeah.
It's not good to have just one credit card.
Right. No, you always want to have a little backup.
Which does happen from time to time.
You run out of room on it?
I can't use it anymore. This thing doesn't work. What's wrong with it? It's still got a magnetic strip. How is there no money in it? I don't understand.
Who else?
Amazon.
Oh.
They don't stock everything you see there. They just, you buy something and someone else, processes it and ships it. We should think about renting versus buying for a lot of stuff.
Oh,
like
okay.
It's less stuff to maintain, less money put out.
Oh,
which,
sure.
I don't know if that's efficient, but it certainly is less stuff that you have to worry about. You rent it when you need it, right? And then you give it back. Well, you don't worry about it becoming obsolete. You don't have to learn, or you know what I mean? It's just you get one when you need it.
Right. We do that in our neighborhood. We tried to do this, and it didn't work as well as we hoped, just because maintaining it was. But the whole idea of, hey, I've got this equipment at my house. You've got this equipment. When I need it, we have a meat slicer, so you can buy a ham and slice it or whatever meat. But we only need one of those in the neighborhood because how often do you need that? So our neighbor comes over and borrows it, and he's like, I should get my own. And we're like, no, just borrow ours. Why?
It's a Seinfeld episode.
Is it?
Kramer loaned it to Elaine. But anyway, I digress. But what's new? I don't want to name a company for this next one because, well, let me go first before that. Ritz-Carleton, their philosophy is the manager gets the shift together before, they go out.
Right.
And they quickly say, what did we do well yesterday? Yay, good job. But what can we do better today? And in 5 minutes, they've celebrated their success and they set themselves up for success for that day. What if we did that with our families? In the morning, we huddle up. Okay, what's going on today? What'd you do well yesterday? Or with our coworkers. That 5-minute standing only, because otherwise people talk too much. Yeah. And it's on a timer.
Yeah.
It's on a timer.
It's on a timer. I was not even going to say that word today.
But it is. And speaking of that, Rolls-Royce put out, they put together something called the Thor Project. It was like an initiative. They empowered people. They said, look,
Okay.
you find a way to get this done by our standards, which are very high, but we am empowering you. Like, you're almost like you own a business within the business.
Right.
That made people more efficient. If we think like we own our job instead of I work for somebody else, I'm telling you, you're going to find efficient ways to get things done because you care more. And you know what I mean? It's just, it really works. So,
I own this podcast.
And then lastly, I'm not going to name a company for this one. I left it for last. I have one in mind, but it seems like when somebody invents something, everyone else kind of has their version of it, right?
Right.
You got George Foreman's Grill Master. I don't even know if that even exists. There's a bazillion other ones. But sometimes if we borrow ideas from the best, it's very efficient. A lot of companies do that.
Sure.
So you're number one. Remember? Hertz. No, Avis. We're number two. We're number two. That doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't.
Number two. But we could learn a lot from just observing how other people solve the problems or have figured out ways to do what we want to do to be able to do it faster.
Yeah, why not? If people have gone ahead and done it before you, learn from them. All right, join us again next week for another episode of the Faster, Easier, Better Show.